Lost a friend.
Okay, Booba, come on, you're distracting me.
Well, howdly doodly. How's it going on? I just realised I haven't actually got any music on in the background. I should probably fix that, shouldn't I? Music for the background. There we go. Hey Tazabaki, hi Maklu. Hope you're both doing well. And we've got ourselves a box plus 2 boosters of the new set that's just come out of Magic the Gathering, which is Commander Legends Dungeons and Dragons Battle for Baldur's Gate. So they already had a set that came out last year called Commander Legends, which was just sort of a set that was based on the format that you can play Magic in called Commander. And the idea was that it reprinted a few really powerful cards and then created some new cards that were really good. This, however, is kind of a crossover between a set that came out, I think it was earlier this year or late last year, called, it was like a Dungeons and Dragons crossover set called Adventures in the Forgotten Realm. And that was just entirely based on the whole like Dungeons and Dragons thing. This is... Oh, let me just get the camera. This is pretty much just based on the cold Commander format. You've got loads more really good cards for that format. The problem I've been seeing, though, is that what I've been hearing is that this set is not particularly good for pull rates. And also, these boxes that you're getting now, it comes with 18 set boosters. Whereas if you compare this... I got a box of set boosters of the original Dungeons & Dragons set, which is Adventures in the Forgotten Realm. You can immediately see the difference. Now, to be fair... Hey, no worries, Aqua. Thank you very much for hanging about. I really appreciate it. I hope your wrist is feeling better very soon. As soon as possible. Obviously, like, this can be seen as a good thing, because they're reducing the amount of packaging they're using. They can ship more of them, etc, etc. But the whole thing with this is that you've got, I believe it was 30-something, I think like 32 set boosters. And they only came with 12 cards in, so, like, yeah, you get less cards in one of these. But the whole thing with Commander Legends was that you get 20 cards in a pack, so you get more chances for rares, you get more chances for uncommons that are good. And as you can see at the bottom, I'll enlarge this so you can see, we have certain cards that we're looking for. These are the money cards in the set right now. So there's a cycle of 5 dragons that are 1 dragon for each of the colours of Magic. The only one that's missing from here is the white one, because the white one doesn't have as much monetary value right now. We've currently got, I'll make this bigger so I can see it, Ancient Silver Dragon, which is the blue one. All of these dragons rely on the whole thing of like rolling a d20 when it attacks, when it deals damage to a player. So if it managed to get through, because it's a high casting cost, it doesn't attack straight away unless you can give it haste. You roll a d20 and you get some sort of a result for managing to make contact with another player. So the blue one is roll a d20, which I have some of somewhere. But like, draw cards equal to the results. You could roll a 14, and you draw 14 cards, which is kind of crazy. And then you have no maximum hand size, so that's really good. Ancient Brass Dragon. Put any number of target creature cards with total mana value X or less from the graveyard onto the battlefield, which is very good. The red one, Ancient Copper Dragon. Create a number of treasure tokens equal to the result. And then the green one, which is Ancient Bronze Dragon. Roll d20 when you do put X +1/+1 counters on each of up to 2 target creatures where X is the result. That's really good. So getting, like, if rolling a 14 +1/+1 counters on 2 creatures. We also have here Black Market Connections, which is looking like it's going to be a Commander staple. Because in the black colours, you do get a lot of options for drawing cards and things like that. However, they always come with a price, which is having to pay life, or tutoring, which costs more life, or is expensive to buy the card itself. You get lots of options there. And then Archivist of Ogma, which is... it's not even that it's necessarily like a powerful effect, it's just a very balancing effect, if that makes sense. So I actually opened up... I'll just undo that. Doing that wrong. There we go. Okay, so I actually got a Commander Legends pre-release pack along with this. And I opened it up and I got some decent cards out of it, actually. So I'll show you the cards that I got. And I already got, funnily enough, 2 of those money cards. But I got them just regular, not in foil. So, but the cards that I got from my pre-release pack were Gorion, Wise Mentor. This guy is all about sort of adventure spells. So you want to cast adventure spells and you get like some cool effects. You can copy the spells. Basilisk Collar, which is a staple for equipment decks or something that you want to give something Death Touch and Lifelink. It's cheap as well. And I got an Archivist of Ogma, which is, again, a good card. You can flash it in when someone does a search effect or a tutor effect. And that means that you can give yourself some life and draw a card. And if someone's tutoring repeatedly, like for lands and such, then that means you draw a lot of cards. And I got an alternate art version, which is one of the ones there, of the Ancient Brass Dragon. Not in foil, obviously, but that's a good card. I think it goes for about £15 at the moment, so yeah, we've got some decent cards from that pre-release pack, definitely. What amused me, though, is that when I went and got it, like, obviously, like, when you go to certain Magic places or, like, local game stores, you'll usually get a promo card, something that you get with it. In a sense, it's like a thing that you get for buying the pack. So for this one, I believe it was Mind Stone, and it's an alternate art version of Mind Stone, and this is a great staple in Commander. It's like 2 mana to add colours, and you can sacrifice it to draw a card. It's a great effect, you know, it's something that you can use. And I also got a couple of Fabled Passages, which are some really good lands, but these are old bordered ones, which, I mean, they look nice. And then the guys behind the counter, one of which is probably going to be hanging about in chat, was like, hey, do you have anything from the previous set? I'm like, no, okay, I guess I've got that. Like, oh, also, take one of these. And this was the box topper card that you get in a box of New Capenna, which I already bought. So I already had one. So I have 2 now, and it's like, these are not worth anything. They're not worth anything, they're not great cards. So it's like, why are you throwing all these cards at me? I can't use them. But, hey-ho. Those Fabled Passages will come in useful, though. And, I mean, Mind Stone, even though, as you can see, it's already turning into a Pringle. Ooh, that's not great, is it? I haven't played Magic in like 3 years. I mean, you were probably playing at the best time in Magic's history, honestly. I remember 2019 was when War of the Spark came out, and that was the set around the sort of time I started playing. And War of the Spark was an amazing set. I absolutely loved it. But things have gone a little bit downhill, and things are just like, it's all about the foils, it's all about the shinies now. That's where the value is. The cards don't necessarily have a ton of power, but, I mean, you know, it is what it is. Spare me 2 seconds, I'm just going to move this. Move the activity feed down here. There we go. Okay, but yeah, so what I did is I got myself a box of the new set, and I got given a couple of more set boosters, so that brings the total up to 20 set boosters to open up. It's not as good as the amount you would normally get, which would be like 30-something set boosters, but still, it's a decent amount of packs, and hopefully we get 1 or 2 of those nice fancy money cards at the bottom there. But I guess what we can do is we can probably just get started with opening stuff up. When you were playing Aqua, what sort of format did you play mostly? Were you mostly like a standard or modern player, or did you play Commander? I pretty much only play Commander at the moment, so you know, this set seems like a sort of an instant like no-brainer, have to buy it type thing, you know. I will say though that there are quite a few cards in the set that look really good. Oh, Dandy! The Pilk Crew! Welcome in everyone. If you don't know who I am, I'm Sergeant Chubb. I am a dreadful looking flesh tube, I apologise. I am currently streaming, opening some Magic the Gathering packs, which we haven't cracked open yet. Thank you so much for the raid, Dandy, that's so kind of you.
Female is already
Ooh,
dripping
thank you
like
very
a
much
knackered fridge.
for the follow there. And that is Kratos Wrath. Thank you very
Female
much.
is already
Ooh,
dripping
thank you very
like
much.
a knackered fridge.
Thank you very much for the follow, Crazy Dude 520. And
Female is already dripping like a knackered fridge.
thank you very much for the follow, ML Helix. Thank you very much. That is indeed a hamster on the front of the packet. I can't remember what the name of the hamster is. It's got a specific name.
Like a knackered
One of the cards in the set, it creates a token for this. Oh, it's Boo. That's it. Dandy's right. You know more about the set than I do. Tactical, yeah, because it creates a token creature, which is Boo, and Boo is like buffed to absolute hell. So Boo is meant to be like giant, essentially.
Is already dripping
All right.
like a
Thank you
knackered fridge.
very much for the follow. I'm going to say this wrong. I apologize. Koshimizu-san. And thank you very much for the follow, Slinging Spells. I really appreciate it. Good to see you hanging about, Slinging Spells. Thank you. But yeah, I really hope I could get pulls from this. I was just saying before you raided in, Dandy, again, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. I saw that you were building Lego sets, weren't you? Some of those look really nice to build. I haven't built like some Lego properly for, oh god, I'm going to say like a few years at least. So it feels bad not having done so, but like when I get the urge to, it's like I have to break out the box, and it's just, unfortunately for me, it's just all sort of like thrown together bits of Lego. Although I do have one thing that I've built in the last year that I can show you. Unfortunately, it's a little bit dusty, I'm not going to lie. But it's been on my display cabinet for a little bit. But I built a, it was like a motorcycle design, like one of the sort of like more powerful sort of like, I don't know, like Yamaha design ones or something along those lines. I really like sort of like mechanical design and the way that they design these like sort of Lego Technics type stuff. And it's got like the suspension at the back there, and it's got like the chain for the wheel when it moves. It was annoying actually, because it was like if you put one less chain on there, it was way too tight, and if you put one more on than that, it was too loose. So it was like it doesn't really run as well as it could. But they also did the thing where it's got the little mechanical like stopper, so you can like put it on its front there, and it balances. It's really nice. I used to have a Lego set. It was called Robotic Inventions Mindstorms. And you could build like anything. You could build like an AT-AT from Star Wars. You could build like a bulldozer, and it had a I'm opening codes. That's right, Spuddington. You could build like anything basically. It had a little computer system with a motor, and you could just program it to do whatever. So you could program it to do sort of like move forward, move back, move the lever design or whatever it is that's on the front. I love that set. And then I was messing around with it one day, years and years ago. Keep in mind, this is when I was like 13 or 12. And I had the AT-AT model. And it got in the way of my dad, and he kicked it. He kicked it across the kitchen. And it broke up into like a million pieces. And half of those pieces I never found again, because there were so many like nooks and crannies all around the kitchen. And it was like, I've never felt more betrayed in my life. That bastard. I'm not going to lie, I never forgave him after that. But, holy crap. Again, though, thank you so much for the raid, Dandy. That's really kind of you to do. Let us stop talking about sad times. I didn't nut punch him because I wasn't aware of what that term meant when I was that age. I was a young, innocent child. Yeah, Dandy raided in, Spud. How cool is that? Can you imagine it? A partnered streamer raiding into me? That's kind of cringe for me, to be honest with you. Dandy knows better than that. No, I'm kidding. Thank you so much, Dandy. We're going to get these opened. As I said, though, the pack itself, the box, has less set boosters in than it used to. But they kind of make up for that in that because it's a Commander Legends set, the packs themselves have more cards. So there are more chances for rares inside. So theoretically, it balances out. But it's kind of like, you know, like not guaranteed. What What we'll do, though, is we'll start getting these opened. So, we'll start off with the 2 packs that I was given, just to get these out of the way. Ooh. And these are... I've opened up quite a few boxes of collector boosters, and I will say that opening up collector boosters is an absolute pain, because, like, they were normal up until about these ones, Commander Legends and Modern Horizons 2. When they went to these, they started using a different material for the boosters. So, basically, all the ones after that. So, like, Innistrad, Kamigawa, and I've got a new Capenna one as well, but this box is kind of, like, falling apart. As soon as they went to those collector boosters, for some reason they started using a completely different material for the booster packs, and they're, like, almost impossible to open up normally. You have to, like, rip them with all of your strength, or you have to cut them, and I feel really nervous coming along with scissors towards packs of Magic cards, because I don't want to, like, you know, snap them in half, and it turns out there's, like, a, you know, an ancient copper dragon inside. So, let's start off by getting these opened up. And, again, I haven't... Ooh, nice foily island. I know that Slinging Spells is not a fan of foily cards, but that's fine. The other thing as well about Magic I love is the artwork. The artwork is just beautiful. There's so many talented artists that are creating stuff for these sets now. And it's great, because a lot of these... I get the feeling that a lot of these people who are doing the artwork are people who will have played Dungeons & Dragons when they were younger. Yeah, I was going to say the inconsistent pack material is annoying. It really is. What we're going to do is we're going to put... just for now, we're going to put some art cards up here. We'll get like a land there. Go through the commons and uncommons. So we've got Fireball. I do like these sort of like illustration cards that they've got going on. I do like these. These are kind of cool. We've got Fireball. We've got Tavern Brawler. This is another thing that they just introduced for this set, which is backgrounds, which are enchantments. And the idea is that there are certain commanders you can use from this set that allow you to also have a background as a commander. Those Godzilla cards were... Oh, yeah, they were amazing, weren't they? So I'm trying... There is one specific background card, which is a mythic. It's a white mythic. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's a... I think the picture is a guy in a field. And the whole thing with that card is that it gives you a huge advantage in white decks, which you don't normally get. So I'm keeping my eye out for that one, but I can't remember the name of it. Unless, of course, that's only in the commander packs. For the commander decks themselves, I don't know. But I'll just have to keep on looking. But we've got Tiamat's Fanatics, yeah. Mold Folk. Fungus. Among Us. Marching Duodrone. Arcane Encyclopedia. I think this is the Magic version of Wikipedia, honestly. That's not bad, though. I mean, for a cheaper deck. It's like the peeps that live in the depths of my fridge. What, Pilk? Pilk people? Need a visa for entry. Rug of Smothering. Okay. So, with the set boosters, I've noticed that it really likes to sort of focus in on a theme for the pack, the cards that you get. They're put into a certain order. And it seems... Folk Hero. Oh, okay. That's the card that I'm looking for. Got you. Thank you very much, Slinging Spells. I appreciate that. I thought you meant the Mold Folk. I was like, wait, did I read that completely wrong? But, yes, the packs have a theme. So obviously with this one, it's got a theme of artifacts. So we've got Campfire there, which is not bad for a cheap artifact. 1 mana, then 1 mana tap, you gain 2 life. Put all your commanders you own from the command zone and from your graveyard into your hand. And then shuffle graveyard that into the library. That's kind of an interesting one. So we've got Sigil of Miracle, Myakul. You actually like Moldfolk and you want to make a deck around them. Interesting. Okay. So, first rare we've got is Michael himself. Lord of the Bones. Michael. It's Michael. So that's in... I can't remember what the name of that colour combination is, but yeah, white, black, green which is quite an interesting one. I've wanted to make a deck like that for a while. As long as your life total is less than or equal to half your starting life total, he has indestructible. Imagine getting killed by a god named Michael. Oh my god, Michael, I can't believe it. You're the Lord of the Bones, innit? Hey babe, sorry I'm late. No, it's okay. It's okay, Zanondaka. I really appreciate you hanging about. So we've got Inspiring Leader. That's a legendary background. That's about commander creatures having creature tokens you control get +2/+2. Now that is an interesting one. That is an interesting one because I don't know if there's any
Zanondakar and slinging spells, ready to fight in the arena of magic.
Yeah. Oh, right. So Spuddington has requested that I do everything in an Essex accent, right? So I've got to talk like I'm an absolute boss babe. Okay, so we got Inspiring Leader. It's a background, right? So you can play it along with certain commanders that let you have a background as well. And that means your commander creatures have a creature token. So all of your little lackeys, they get +2/+2. So that's quite fancy, isn't it? So we got here. This is it looks like an uncommon. Or it might just be it might be a common. I'm not sure. That's Scion of Hallister. A legendary background. It's all about commander creatures you control getting a bonus. So blah 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 blah. I'm not really fussed about that one, honestly. So we got Eldritch Pact. So deal with the devil in it, babes. Oh yes, doing everything you can, selling your soul so your makeup looks absolutely stunning on that one night out when you're going off to meet Mark. So target player draws X cards and loses X life, where X is the number of cards in their graveyard. So if you've got someone who's like an absolute graveyard boss and he's working the cemetery shift, you can make him draw his entire library. Oh, I adore adorbs for mobs, babes. Oh, I completely agree. So we got here the Owlbear Shepherd. That's the foily boy. Oh, we got our first list card as well, first pack. That's really nice, isn't it? So we got the Guiltleaf Archdruid. That's 5 mana for an elf druid, right? So it's whenever you play a druid spell, you may draw a card and then tap 7 untapped druids you control. Gain control of all lands target player controls. So you can be an absolute queen. You can be like, right, okay, so you don't get to have any mana for the rest of your game, okay? I'm really sorry about that, okay, darling. There you go. So I'm going to put that list card in the side because I think that's a pretty good card. So we'll make sure that that's, set to the side so we can put it in one of our decks. Right, okay. Oh, Dandy Foster. No, it's not the best effect for all your opponents, but it makes me happy, If someone says to me that they're not happy that I'm winning, I just say, I just want to be me. Yeah, I think I'll play it too. I completely agree. Right, okay. So, all right, Spuddy boy, darling, your timer's got a minute left on it, okay? So I'm going to try and rush through this pack so it's done. We've got a nice little art card. That looks like it's probably a sword, or it's the place where the X-wings go in that film, Star Wars's. Yeah, I think that's where the J-wings or whatever they're called, they go down that to shoot the torpedo into the garbage chute. Okay, we've got a regular-looking forest. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? They hate us because they ain't us. Oh, completely agree. So we got... okay, so I'm just going to have to read this as it appears on the card. It's Rilsarail King... It's a bit of a weird name, isn't it? Just ending with a G and a P. That's a bit weird, isn't it? But never mind. I guess, everyone's a boss babe in their own regards. Oh, Marble Diamond. Oh, I wish the lad would put that onto my finger, honestly. Oh, your minute's up there, Spud. Thank you very much for the redeem. I appreciate it. Yeah, I do like these cards with these, like, D&D booklet artworks. They're really nice. I just noticed that there's a bit of a wavering effect on the cards when I move it about, and that's because with my camera, I've had to zoom in a little bit with the lens, and it's like a semi-digital zoom. So if I zoom all the way out, you can't really see what's going on because it's a bit further zoomed out. I need to get a different lens for when I'm doing these. But we've got the Lapis Orb of Dragonkind. Tapping to add blue. When you spend this mana to cast a dragon creature spell, scry 2. That's not bad. We've got another orb, so that this theme is obviously the dragon stuff. Fang Dragon, there's another dragon. Beckoning Will-o'-the-Wisp. Oh, it's Lulu! Lulu, Loyal Hollyphant. Elephant Angel is something I never thought I would see on a magic card, but there you go. And you can see with this one specifically, there's choose a background at the bottom, which means that you can have a background as a second commander. So you can have one of those background cards enchantments that you can also cast from the command zone. So we got, I'm going to say Minthara, not Minthara. Yeah, I've heard the orbs are pretty good, especially for like dragon decks, especially. Elf Cleric, interesting. So this has also got the party mechanic in there, which is quite good. I had a deck set up with Tazri, Beacon of Hope, which is a commander from the latest Zendikar set. Hey, Bowser, thank you very much for the Pilt Crew raid message. I appreciate it. Levan Cultus of Tiamat. I think it's Tiamat. I never know how to pronounce these things.
Female is already dripping like a knackered fridge.
Welcome to the knackered fridges. I appreciate the follow. Thank you very much, Bowser Deneko. So we've got Candlekeep Sage, which is the background here. When this creature enters or leaves the battlefield, draw a card, which can be quite useful. Did we go past a rare? I don't think we did yet, no. I'm hoping to play the party-based precon. Interesting. It'll be interesting to play up against that, because I will be there tomorrow, I will say that. I'm going to play my usual decks, but we've got Dragon Cultist as a... It's weird seeing the uncommon cards having the etched treatment. It's a little bit strange, but, you know, I mean, it does. We've got Jan Jansen, Chaos Crafter, and that's in Mardu colours. Interesting. Gnome Artificer with haste, sacrifice an artifact creature, create 2 treasure tokens. Sacrifice a non-creature artifact, create 2 1/1 colourless interesting. And yeah, you're not late. You're perfectly on time, Bowser. You're absolutely right. And we've got the Mighty Servant of Liuko. Just got a copy of that for your Marchesa Treasure Politics Dealmaking Monarch deck. That will be interesting to see how that plays for it. Thoughts on the D&D style arts? If you mean by specifically like these sort of cards, I like them. I wouldn't necessarily use them in a deck just sort of like in a regular deck. I would want to make a deck that uses as many of these sort of arts as possible, because I like that sort of like old school look. So especially with the, I mean, you know, the cards that you gave me, I'd use old school borders if I can with this sort of thing. So I'd use that along with Fabled Passage, maybe not the foil version, but you know, like old school looking cards. I think it would go really well with those sort of cards personally. I like them. I like that they've gone for that style with this sort of set, because it's for all the people who have. Not all has to be for everybody. What matters to me? Yeah, that's fair, Peacecraft. A lot of the times you will get the odd one that has unnecessarily like especially with the ones that are like borderless art, things like that. They don't necessarily look right in a deck that doesn't have any other borderless cards in it. It might stand out a bit too much or like look a bit odd. And I'm not a huge fan of putting in a random borderless card in a deck that doesn't necessarily have borderless cards in. But I understand that some people just like them as is. So, you know, people can do what they do. That's the way I see it. I actually need to... I think I've just put the rare down on one of the previous packs. Yes, I need to put the rares into that pile. There we go.
Long may she reign.
God bless her. So we've got the vehicle with trample there. Astral Confrontation. And then nothing. Just a treasure token. That's fine. I'll put it to the side under my face. I always aim to have my commander in a different art form. It makes it stand out. Yeah, that's fair, Slinging Spells. It's kind of the same with... so, like, if I'm putting together a deck that I want the commander to stand out a little bit, it'll either be a different art style, or I'll just put it into a different sleeve, just to make it sort of be immediately identifiable. However, a lot of the times when it comes to things like that, especially if, like, I know there's the whole thing of, like, you shouldn't do that because your commander might get shuffled into your deck, but if I never plan on having that happen, then, I mean, you know, I will always put it into the command zone. You know, fair is fair. But what we're going to do is we open those 2 packs. We're going to get this... I'm surprised at the lack of send deck picks in chat. Nice deck, bro. I mean, I can show you some of my commander decks if you want to see them. I mean, the main ones that are sort of my flashy decks, I've, I'd say 2 decks that I kind of show off with. Two decks that I generally go to. I have a mono green Eldrazi. Oh, hell yeah, no Raymond. Let's do it. I have this one here. Oh, that's kind of ruins the fun. So I've got here Goreclaw. So the whole thing with it being rating deck picks, let's do it. Let's do it. So the whole thing is that it's... When we are doing webcam EDH whenever you want to, Dandy. I am more than ready to play some EDH with you. I would love to. I want to see what kind of decks you've got, and then I would just love to see you just absolutely, like, rail my board state with everything that you've got. A lot of my my decks don't have, like, infinite combos or anything like that, and I like playing Magic with people. So this has got all the, you know, the Eldrazi staples, all this dust. It's got a bunch of, you know, like, colourless land. It's mostly colourless, this deck, to be honest with you, with a few splashes of green in there. And then, obviously, like, Ulamog. It's got Vizier of the Menagerie. Like, a bit of just green to help it, essentially. You see, like, I was aiming to make a colourless Eldrazi deck. I originally had a 5-colour, but it was with Golos as the commander, and obviously that got banned, so it's like, okay, so I guess I can't do my 5 colours, because I had some really good stuff in the deck that I could just pull out of nowhere. But I've got, like, a foil Finale of Devastation, just to pull some cards out. Traxos deck with Eldrazi and artifacts. Hell yeah, dandy. Yeah, rip Golos. Oh, I love that commander. God bless her. Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth, World Breaker, Soul Ring, obviously. I mean, because Soul Ring. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. This could basically be a colourless deck, honestly. It That Betrays. I love this card. It That Betrays. Absolutely love it. It doesn't matter what the size is, Norriman. It's what I do with it, okay? You don't have to judge me. Nice Ancient Tomb. And then Ugin the Ineffable. Yeah, just like, the whole thing of it is that it's a... Yeah, It That Betrays is ridiculous. I was tempted to make this into a Gruul deck, like a green-red, because I have things like Mirror March and, you know, like Rhythm of the Wild and stuff like that. As long as it legally doesn't count as a blunt weapon. That's fair, that's fair. And then the other deck that I like, and it's not overpowered, I will say that, it's based around artifacts, is my Urza deck. It's not really based around, like, stacks effects or anything like that. It's more sort of creating as many artifacts as possible and then winning on that sort of ground. There's like Sakashima's Will, Narset, Mechanized Production, that's one of the win cons. Mystic Forge, all the Urza's lands. I could always add to it. So like that kind of annoys me, is that I've got an old school looking Ornithopter of Paradise, and it's like, I want to get the regular one, I've just never gotten around to buying a copy of it. This was a nice pull that I got from a list card last year, which was a Sapphire Medallion, which is great. I've got a couple of Jace Planeswalkers, Leyline of Anticipation, Future Sight. I love using this card, just like throwing it out of nowhere and being like, ah, curse your inevitable betrayal. Invoke the Winds, Rhystic Study, Counterspell, Old School, Borders. I suppose the other thing I could do is I could just get old school bordered lands and stuff like that and just try and replace everything. Karn, obviously. Mirrored and Besieged. So the whole thing with this deck was basically just to sort of create as many artifacts as possible, or just to create as much mana as possible and start mass manipulating, or you know, cure a best to seek, or just like big expensive stuff. That's the main thing. So I've got these like nice decks that I'm like, oh yeah, I like playing these. They're like powerful and all this and that. But honestly, the most fun I have when playing EDH is with decks that aren't necessarily the most powerful but can just do neat stuff. So, for example, one of my favorite decks to play, I'll show you as I get it here. Where did I put the other? And then other one there. Oh, throw it out, mate. My Baral deck is for private play, and it's the most intentional asshole deck I've ever made. Banned, restricted, and illegal cards. Counterspell tribal with hard stack stasis. Oh god, that sounds broken as hell, but very fun to play. Straight permission deck. I love it. My favorite deck is mono black commons, uncommons. But yeah, that's the thing though, is that you can get really good decks that are like, even like pauper decks. You can make pauper commander decks that are just ridiculously powerful, and they don't have to have really expensive cards in. Currently my two favorite decks to play are either this one, which is Bolas Tribal. How hard is it to get into the digital Magic the Gathering as a new player? It's not difficult at all, honestly. Playing things like Arena, it's got a really good tutorial that you can play at the beginning that explains it. And you basically just, the more that you play, the more cards you unlock. And then you can trade them, like you get, I think they're called wild cards for certain colors, like certain rarities, and you can just unlock whatever card you want. Magic the Gathering Online is a different thing, though. I haven't really gotten into Magic the Gathering Online. That requires like actual currency to buy the cards that you get from playing the game and stuff like that. So, you know, that's a different thing. But the whole thing with this deck is basically anything to do with Bolas. So like any Bolas Planeswalkers, essentially. I don't have the OG Nicol Bolas because he doesn't really fit into this deck. But this has got all of the Bolas Planeswalkers. It's got, you know, like thematic cards. In Bolas's Clutches. And then it's got a bunch of cards from War of the Spark as well. Like Enter the God Eternal. So this deck creates a lot of army tokens. And then the main win con is that weird combination of see if I can find it. So another Inevitable Betrayal. Arena is great for learning the game, doing free to play. And Magic Gathering Online is cheaper if you want to buy stuff and keep the cards. Yeah, it is out of date, don't get me wrong. So, the main win con in this deck... Well, there's two win cons. It's either you play a bunch of Planeswalkers, and then you use the Elder Spell card, and then sacrifice all the Planeswalkers on the battlefield after killing all creatures, and giving one of your Planeswalkers all the loyalty, like this one, where it's if each opponent doesn't control a legendary creature or Planeswalker loses the game, so you can win. Or, it's to have a bunch of different creatures out, and then there's two cards you can use together, which cause you to win the next upkeep. And they are, if I can find them... Bolas' Citadel, of course. I love this card. This is one of my favourite cards from that set. It's so good. It's an Elder Spell there. Prismatic Vista. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Arcane Adaptation. So essentially what you do is you put this onto the battlefield and say that every creature that you control is a demon. You name demons as the creature type. And then you play Liliala's Contract, which is if you control 4 or more demons with different names, you win the game. So the idea is that no matter what the creature is, it's a demon, so it counts as demons and then you win. That, or you just, you know, start making people sacrifice everything and discarding all their cards. This is one of the decks that my commander group... I'm notorious with my commander group for playing because it has Leyline of the Void in, and a good chunk of the people that I play with really like their graveyard shenanigans. So I think like half the time I've played this deck, I've had that in my opening hand, so I can do the pre-game action, and people have just told me to, you know, the Chubb classic. Yeah, you're right, Zanundaka, you're totally right. I love you. So it's either that deck, or I have a deck that I haven't got in front of me at the moment. It's it's the joke is it's essentially a mono white deck, but it has green in it because it needs lands, and it's Trostani, and it's the Trostani where when you play it, you create two 1/1 soldiers with lifelink, and all of your creatures get +1/+1. And at the end of your turn, all creatures return to their owner's control, so you get rid of any blue control effects or anything like that. Which is, I think it's quite good. I like that one because it's essentially just planeswalkers and angels, but it's got green in it just to help fuel the deck a bit. But anyway, enough talking. Let's get to our set boosters. So, I'm going to very carefully open that, and all the value has just come out the box like that. But I definitely recommend giving Magic the Gathering a try if you haven't played it already. I was very skeptical of it initially, because back in 2019 I didn't play it, and I saw it as like, is it like Hearthstone? Oh, it seems more complicated. However, when I started playing it, I realised why this has been a staple of card game players for such a long time. Because the game is absolutely incredible. There's so many different play styles. There's so many interesting mechanics. And it's just a really fun social thing, you know? So why wouldn't you want to play it? Just 2 seconds, let me double check something. There we go. Okay, so let's get this opened up. Nice cardboard insert there. So let's get these opened. Oh, that's fair enough. Mr. C-Trax, when you've got internet problems, it can be quite annoying to have to deal with things like that. So, yeah, I completely get you on that. But one thing I've noticed is they update the client a lot, so if you're limited on the amount of internet usage you can do, or if your internet's slow, it can be quite frustrating to deal with. That's good that you've got a better internet connection. Hopefully things will improve for you, and you can actually give it a go. I'm going to put this box to the side. Let's get this first one opened. So yeah, we're looking for a few or as many of these cards as possible. Got Black Market Connections, Archivist of Ogma, Ancient Silver Dragon, Ancient Brass Dragon, Ancient Copper Dragon, and Ancient Bronze Dragon. There are also all of the lands that are in the set, which are the Commander lands, which are, they enter tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. So, because you're playing Commander, you always will, because you want to play at least 3 players. So they're essentially dual lands. And I'm not paying for dual lands because they are ridiculously expensive. Thank you very much, Car. There's also the consideration of the set boosters can have good list cards in. So I know that Vampiric Tutor is one of the ones you can get. So, you know, always on the eye out for cards like that, or Renin 6. God, imagine getting a Renin 6. That'd basically pay for the box. Right, oh, immediately, we've got a signed art card, which is quite nice. And they always come with a gold signature on. That's cool artwork. Opening these makes me realise I really want to play D&D with some friends again. And I'm tempted myself just to... I'm tempted just to start up as the DM, because I created my own little D&D simplified system to make it really easy to play. For people who've never played it before, it's a way more simplified stat system. That's a nice sort of Undercity looking swamp. In the sewers. Moss Diamond and a Marble Diamond. So 2 of the diamond cards in the book looking finish. Michael's Invoker. It's Michael again. Michael's at it again. Sign of Halaster. I think we had that one before. Dire Mimic. Oh, screw you, mimics from Dark Souls games. Screw you. Mana Gate. So I know that the gates, sort of the gate decks you can make, where you have the Wincon of Maze's End. they're kind of being revived by this set because there is the actual Baldur's Gate and then Mana Gate and a few other cards that can be added in that help you to get that win con off. So we've got a Passageway Seer, Two-Handed Axe. It's also got an adventure on it, which is kind of cool. Target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn for 2 mana as an instant. That's really good, actually. Being able to instantly throw out some double strike on something. I like that. Dungeoneer's Pack. So the whole theme of this pack is like equipment and such. I'll go Shadow Archdruid. Just fix the aperture on my camera. It's a little bit too wide. There we go. Hardy Outlander. Sign of Hallister. That's the etched finish on the background. Jaheira, Friend of the Forest. Tokens you control have tapped to add green. Now, I feel like that would go very well in my mono white, but actually it's it's actually white green. Selesnya. I think that would go quite well because there's quite a lot of tokens that you get from it. Giving them the ability to add green mana is, yeah, that's pretty good. It's a rare, so I'm going to put it to the side there. Grey Salad. Grey Salad sounds kind of disgusting, doesn't it? Just like dirt. It's just cement. A grey salad is a term for cement. Mill 4 cards. It's a good way to fuel your graveyard, I suppose. And then we've got our initiative card, which is one of the other things that you have in this set. I'll go with our token cards. So we're making the rares and interesting cards we put to the side here. Foily boilies go there, and then just the regulars go here. Lands here, and then any art cards will pop there. Let's continue. Let's continue on. I put all my wrappers in the box actually, just to save a bit of space. Yeah, that double strike axe on Two-Handed Axe seems really good. That seems like a really good thing to chuck into. Like, I've got a Mardu Knights deck with Sire Gwyn. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to put that in if I can. Put some gorgeous old school dragon art. That's beautiful. Justine Jones did that artwork. Of Ganak's Astral Hunter. That's lovely. Imagine that, having that on a mural on your wall, like in your home. So you can walk in and you just see that waiting for you. That'd be awesome. Got a regular forest. We've got Livan. Abdel Adrian. Again, we've got 3 of these nice arts in a row. Ah, this card I've been interested in, actually. Decanter of Endless Water. It's like a budget version of Thought Vessel, essentially. But you can add 1 mana of any colour. So that seems like a really good... I'm actually going to put that to the side, because that seems like something you could really use well in a commander deck. Or have it as a tattoo. Yes, crazy dude. That would be a really cool tattoo, wouldn't it? I mean, my tattoo that I've got at the moment, I mean, it's upside down at the moment, but it's a skull with tree growing out of it. I mean, I want to get more tattoos in the future. I've got a tattoo on my chest as well. It's a logo from Guild Wars 2. I want to get more tattoos on this arm in the future, and I've got loads of ideas of like the different things I want to put on there. I would be tempted to get a Magic the Gathering tattoo, however, because it's become such a big part of my life recently. Grey Harbour Merfolk.
A sea hag.
What's that adventure? Up to 2 target creatures get +1/+0 until end of turn and can't be blocked. Yeah, I like the job that the dude did on my tattoo. I really liked it. He's good at drawing skulls and such. Sharpshooter Elf. Oh, thank you very much. I thought it was a nice tattoo. Like, the whole thing with it... sorry for knocking the mic. The whole thing with that design is... Like, I'm not like an environmentalist or anything like that, but I do see the impact that human beings have on the planet. So the whole thing of it is that, like, the Earth will be better off when we're gone. And the whole thing is that you have to kind of remember that when you're living, because it's like, you know, the Earth is fine without us. So why not just try to have as little an impact as you can on the planet? And then I think everyone will be better off, personally. We've got a giant ankheg. I'm going to need to give that to one of my mates. He has an insect deck. And give him an 8 mana 8/8. Other creatures you control have trample on ward too. That's not bad, actually. It's just him having to pay that mana cost is kind of, you know, he's not going to be happy with that. And Passageway Seer. Renari, Merchant of Marvels. You may cast dragon spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. Now that, I'm going to put to the side. I like that.
Agent of the Iron Throne.
Mana creatures you control have whenever an artifact or creature you control is put to a graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. That can be kind of gross in certain decks, can't it? Ooh, Mazzy, True Sword Paladin. In the etched finishing, and that's a red-green-white commander. Whenever an enchanted creature attacks one of your opponents, it gets +2/+0. The idea is that you're going to put auras on stuff, I'm guessing? Yeah, whenever an aura you control is put into your graveyard or the battlefield, exile it. Yes. Who's messaging me on Discord? Why are you not on streamer mode? What is this?
What is this madness?
2 seconds, I need to put this onto streamer mode. Because an absolutely based person is messaging me right now. There we go. So that shouldn't make any noises now. There we go. Okay. This set definitely made me want to build a dragon deck. Yes, I completely understand that. It's very good for that sort of thing, for dragons. I got another Basilisk Collar, so that's quite good. I'm going to put that in a couple of decks. And then we got Foil Agent of the Iron Throne. And then a Construct Token. Funnily enough, speaking of dragon decks, I actually have... I've only bought 1 Secret Lair before. And that Secret Lair I bought was the one of the 5-color commanders. And that included the Dragon. I think it was the Dragon. The one that has Eminence. And then it has the Reaper King... and something else on it. And I've never ended up actually building a dragon deck, but I would definitely use that if I did. And I mean, especially with this set, there's a lot of dragon cards and like really interesting stuff that you can do with it. So it's like, you know, I'd be tempted to reply to this person. Sliver Hive Lord. I think so, yeah. Right, okay, so let us open another pack. I ripped it. The cards in this pack are like heavy played now. So it's such a terrible joke. I have to tell it every time. Let's get this open up. Hello. She can eviscerate me anytime. Yes, ma'am, do it. Do it. Please, end me. End me. Okay, there we go. Enough of that. Foily Swamp. Oh, it's the sort of...
It's the place called Underworld.
I got Amber Gristlemore. Pilgrim's Eye. Thank you, Artificer. We have a Scouting Hawk. Ettercap. Spider Beast. Burnished Heart. That is always a good card. I'm going to put that to the side. Cast Down. I love that artwork. That's so good. That one there. Drillworks Mole. The Fortress of the Moles. Rasadian Bashir. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Whenever Rashadian Bashir attacks, if you have the initiative, double the toughness of each creature you control. That's an interesting one. So true, bestie. XOX, so true. How you doing, Sans? That's a Cloakwood Hermit. We've got our uncommon background here in the etched foil finish. Veteran Soldier. We've got the Duke Older Raven Guard. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, do Boros stuff. So that's basically what it says. Put that to the side. Intellect Devourer. Devour Intellect. Who would have thought it does that? Alive. That's a good start, Sand. That's a good start. Body Thief. You may play lands and cast spells from among cards exiled with Intellect Devourer. Interesting. Okay, that's an interesting one, actually. Recruitment Drive. I love the roll d20 abilities and spells and things like that in these sets. I like that. I like the idea of making a like a dice-based deck. Got the Undercity. Just gonna pile these up here. Get the next card. Come on, you can do it. There you go. Okay. Okay. Now, that having a regular back means it could either be a token or it could be a list card. It's a good start. That kind of looks like what I imagined my D&D character to be in the first campaign I played, where it was like non-human with a big sword and a bit dumb. But he's got a good heart. Gorgeous looking planes. Hey, yo, look everyone, it's the first commander card. Sword real? Yes, Sans. It's an actual commander. Whenever you attack Boros stuff. That is Kadira. I could probably go into my... For each token you control, create a 1/1 white rabbit. Yeah, that would go in my Selesnya deck. Because the whole thing with that is that it's got Divine Visitation, so any tokens you create become 4/4 angels. Stooge. I like that artwork. I like the... I don't know what it's called, like the sort of like diffusion of light through the wings. I like that effect. Cloak of the Bat, I love that artwork as well. I'm going to save that one because I like giving things flying. Pseudo Dragon. Manifold Key. Untapping and making creatures blocked. Swiftfoot Boots. Again, it's a commander staple. I'm going to put that to the side. Amber Gristler Mole. Will Blade of Frontiers. Agent of the Shadow Thieves. Thieves Guild in it. We've got Zevlor. Eltural Exile. That's in Grixis colours. It's all about instants and sorceries and such. Ooh, we got the Elder Brain. Getting this to go off is, whenever Elder Brain attacks a player, exile all cards from that player's hand and then draw that many cards. You may play lands and cast spells from among the exile cards as long as they remain exiled. If you cast a spell this way, you may... God, it's gross. Imagine giving that haste. That's... Ugh. Yeah. Also got the Horn of Valhalla. Not bad, not bad. Create X1/1 white... Yeah, actually, that is a good card for one of my decks. So I'm going to keep that. Decanter of Endless Water, a foil version. Nice. And we got a list card, yep. Rend Flesh. Destroy target non-spirit creature. Instant. Not bad. going to get the list cards and separate them as well. Alright, let's keep going. So, no big hits anywhere near yet, but plenty of packs to go. I mean, that pack has, what, 3 rares in it? Maybe 4? Still a chance. Still a chance. Looks like he's giving him a, like a jellyfish massage. That's kind of him. Oily Island. Severus. Cloak of the Bat, again, with the alternate artwork. Merciless Soul, alternate artwork. So, the big money cards in this pack, Sans, in this set, are these cards here. We've got Black Market Connections, which is an enchantment that's a sort of staple. Archivist of Ogma, which is a little, tiny little boy who draws you extra cards. And then there's 5 Ancient Dragons. The one that's not here is the white one, because the white one isn't worth as much money as these other ones. But I opened some... I opened a pre-release box, and I got 2 of those cards that are in that, in those, like, good cards. If I just put this back, I got the Archivist, and I got the Ancient Brass Dragon. But I didn't get them in foil, so if you get them in foil, obviously they're worth more money. But you opened an Ancient Gold Dragon. Ooh, excellent pull. That's the white one, isn't it? That's still a really good card. Got my Full Art Ogma and Deep Gnome yesterday. Nice. That's really good. I also got a Basilisk Collar and some Bant shenanigans. My pre-release promo was like the one with the little mark on it. It was the jellyfish card that does politics. Like, target player draws a card, target player gains life, and target player does this and that. And it's like, I kind of like those sort of cards. I'm not sure if I'd make a commander deck based on it, but I like it. I like that idea. Anyway, continuing on. Ghastly Death Tyrant. Bane's Invoker. We'll go a little bit quicker now. Tamora's Invoker. That's 2 Invokers. Noble's Purse. Oh, look at that gold. Doesn't it look nice? Manifold Key. Swiftfoot Boots. Again, I'm going to put that to the side because that's a very good card. It's Wilson! Hey, it's the bear! Duh, bears. So, you know who from our Magic group is an undercar. He's going to be very happy that this one's here. It's Wilson, the refined grizzly. Look at that boy. Doesn't he look nice? Also, for 2 mana, a 2/2 with all of that, can't be countered, Vigilance, Reach, Trample, Ward 2, and choose a background. Hello. That is a crazy good commander. I'm going to save that. Especially considering I have like 3 foil copies of Ayula. So, we've got Flaming Fist. I'm actually going to put that to the side because that's quite good of like attacking creatures, commander creatures gaining double strike. We've got Coalescer, Scale Singer. Luxury Suite. Okay, we got one of the lands. These are really hard to come across, apparently. Like, barely anyone is pulling any of them because there's so many cards in this set. There's so many different cards and rares that aren't necessarily good, but these lands of enters tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. They're a staple for Commander because they're essentially dual lands. So that is getting put aside because that's a very, very good card. And then we've got a Rescuer Chwinga? What a name. And then we got that. I like the look of that token. That's a really cool piece of artwork. It's like the artwork for my my playmat. It's got like the card itself isn't that good, but I love the artwork of the female knight brandishing like a glowing sword with like power coming up around her. It's so nice. She's got so much power, so true, bestie. Right, just arrange my cards a little bit, and then I like that token. I'm going to save that to the. I'm going to put that to the side because I really like that. Okay, next. But yeah, I'm even though like I'm not necessarily getting a ton of really good pulls out of this box, I'm happy to buy this box for like 2 main reasons. One, I like the set, and I'm happy to support like LGS. Like if there's a local game store near you, try and buy Magic product. If you're wanting to buy some, buy it from there, because supporting a small business is one of the best things you can do. And secondly, I sold both of my drum kits recently, so I have a little bit of spare money, and I thought, you know, might as well do something on a stream like this, and a D&D themed set is always a fun thing, so, you know, why not? Oh, the artwork for our art card is the Dragon Boy. It's weird because I see that artwork and it makes me think of a white themed card, just because of the lightness of it, but obviously it's the Black Dragon, so that's a very cool card. Got our ship sailing away island. I'm just going to move the microphone a tiny bit, 2 seconds. Move it up a little bit because it's getting in the way of my arm. Kaga. Nefarious Imp. Steadfast Unicorn. Druid of the Emerald Grove. Nature's Law. True Soul Zealot. Street Urchin. Street Rat. Ganax Astral Hunter. Hello, hello, hello. Arcane Signet is an uncommon, but this thing is amazing. 2 mana for tapping to add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. It's a brilliant card. These were going for like, I think they were going for like $20 at one point, weren't they? It's kind of crazy. That's Arenas. Arenas. Gloomstalker. Inspiring Leader. There he is, Bane, Lord of Darkness. He's a god, but he's got attack and health. Yeah, it was crazy, wasn't it, Dandy? Now they're like super, super cheap because they, you know, did the right thing and actually printed the hell out of it, which is good. Bane, Lord of Darkness, that's a nice etched foil version of this card. Wand of Wonder. Hello. So this is rolling a d20 effect. So, pay 4, tap, roll d20. Each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile an instant or sorcery card, then shuffles the rest into their library. You may cast up to X instant and or sorcery spells from among the cards exiled this way without paying their mana costs. X is 1, X is 2, X is 3. Oh my god. That's, yeah, the etch foils look really good, don't they, Xenontica? I feel like this could be kind of broken. Especially if you have something that, like, lets you double spells. Like, right? Wouldn't this be kind of broken? And you're taking it from other people. Yeah, maybe the spells are useless, like a counter spell or something like that, but you're getting rid of it from them. Moving that to the side, that seems like a really interesting one. We've got a foil Basilisk Gate. Again, adding into the gate deck, if I can make one. Foil goes there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save up money as well and buy a box of Double Masters 2022 when it comes out. Because some of the cards that they've spoiled for that set are just unbelievable. Like, legitimately, some of them are just crazy. If I go back and have a look at that, what they've spoiled so far. Let's have a look. Double Masters 2022. So they've... Kozilek, Butcher of Truth, Weathered Wayfarer, Liliana the Last Hope, Bring to Light, Renin 6, and they've got alternate artwork versions of these? Like, hello? Like, Liliana the Last Hope obviously isn't the craziest card, but it's a good card, it's a good Planeswalker. And they'll have etched versions of these as well, which is... I mean, Renin 6, the original from Modern Horizons 2, is going for, like, what, like... $69? Nice. For some reason, the list version is going for more money. How odd. That's probably Scryfall not reporting it correctly, to be honest with you, but still. But yeah, it looks like there's going to be some really good cards from that. And I think someone spoiled some other cards in the set that are going to be, like, ridiculously powerful Commander staples. So I'm looking forward to opening some of that. Got a nice dragon there. That is the Ancient Gold Dragon, the one that Dandy pulled. You must have had some good... Yeah, you must have had some good games, Dandy, with that ready. Or just that, or it became an instant target. Planes there. Fire Diamond. Mystic Trickster. Oh, you haven't used it. Ah, fair enough. Okay, there you go. Set it aside. Ready to either sell or use in something. Val's Invoker. Sylvanas' Invoker. Roving Harper. Another Amber Gristle Maul. True Soul Zealot. Street Red. Inax Astral Hunter. We've got, at the beginning of combat, do Boros stuff. Veteran Soldier. Levan Cultist. Baal Lord of Murder. Interesting. So that's a god again, 4/4. Goading stuff is kind of interesting. And we have Foil Jade Orb of Dragonkind. It gains hexproof until your next turn. So that lasts all the way through until your next one. Not just until end of the turn. That's kind of crazy, actually. Jade Orb of Dragonkind. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to have to put together a 5-color dragon deck after this. Because some of these cards are ridiculous. Like, actually ridiculous. Okay, let's get this next one open. I'm actually hoping to get a Black Market Connections. Because that seems like a really good card for, like, pretty much any deck I have that has black in its color scheme. I think that's Bailiff Baratil? Entertainer. Interesting. Forest. Right. Ganax. Mahadi. Cat Devil. He doesn't look very devilish there. That artwork's very nice, though. That's really cool. That looks like a character you'd create for D&D campaign. At the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each creature that died this turn. Ooh. Spicy. Stirring Bard. Insufferable Balladeer. Okay, so it's all like artists, creators, master chef. Drow Apostate. Hammers of the Moradin. Githzerai Monk? Oh, I am the Lizard Queen! Oh, it's Tasha the Witch Queen. It's Ophelia when she was streaming. There you go. But that's a nice hit. That's a good mythic. So, whenever you cast a spell that you don't own, create a 3/3 Black Demon creature token. And it can be your commander, so you can make this one of your commanders. Or just your commander if you want. I don't think that doesn't have choose a background. Yeah, no worries, Mr. C-Trax. Thank you very much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. You have something delicious, okay? You have yourself some delicious lunch. So I'm going to put that to the side. Because I think Ophelia will just want that card put to the side for her. We've got the Cloakwood Hermit. Diner Air. Invoker's Adept. Etched. Got Gale's Redirection. Exile targets... Oh, so it's 5 mana instant to exile a spell that's currently being cast. And then roll a d20 and add that spell's mana value. 1 to 14, you may cast the exile card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana. You may cast the exile card without paying its mana cost. Oof, that's expensive, but that's a cool effect. We've got a... I like these are my favourite foils I think I've seen. Even though it can seem a little bit excessive, is that the regular artwork isn't too foiled. It's only got a slight amount of foiling, but the background behind it is. I like that. It adds a little sense of sort of like occasion to the card, rather than just being like different artwork. It makes it seem interesting, rather than it just being completely foiled over. I like that. I like how that foil looks. And then we have Geralf's Messenger. Black, black, black for a 3/2. Enters tapped for a zombie. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 2 life and Undying. Interesting. Yeah, it gives it dimension, exactly. It makes it look really, like, interesting. And it stands out, you know? Alright. So, was that our first... I think it was our first mythic, right? Mythics, I've heard the Mythics are really hard to get a hold of with this set, which has kind of prevented people from actually opening the set that much, which I can kind of understand, because you're not guaranteed any real value out of the set, but I just really like this theme. I like the theme of like D&D stuff. Oh, there he is. There goes Boo. Boo is a bit flat there. That's a bit weird. But yeah, that's Mince and Boo, Timeless Heroes. Get him, Boo. That's really cool. Nice planes. I like that cityscape on that artwork. That's very nice. We've got Scanos Dragonheart. Young Red Dragon. Breath Weapon. Sharladan Dragon. Again, it's an priced dragon, if that makes sense. So it's 6 mana for a 4/4 artifact. Scaled Nurturer. Contraband Livestock. Oh yeah, that's an interesting removal card, actually. Like, exiling a creature and then rolling a d20 to work out what you give them. If you roll an i20, you give them a 0/1 white goat. More than likely, you give them a 2/2 or a 4/4. I'm going to put that to the side. Got a deal. Each opponent draws a card, then you may draw a card for each opponent who drew a card this way. Again, I'm going to put that to the side. That seems like a really interesting card to play in politics. Renari, Merchant of Marvels. I've already got one of them in the pile. Skullport Merchant. She's a busybody. Look at her. She's doing stuff. She's busy with bread. That looks like nice bread, actually. Oof, I could eat some bread right now. Far Traveller. Flaming Fist. That's me after I put my hand in hot sauce. Shameless Charlatan. Commander creatures you own have 2 blue. This creature becomes a copy of another target creature. That's kind of interesting.
Female is already
Hey!
like a knackered fridge.
Thank you very much for following, Blue Lotus. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Knackered Fridges. I appreciate the follow. I tend to get draft boosters, and out of the box I had like 3 to 4 mythics.
Female is already
might be different. Yeah.
Like a knackered fridge.
Thank you very much for the follow, Rodeo. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the Knackered Fridges. So, again, the foil card was a Lapis Orb of Dragon kind, so we've got 2 of the foily versions of them. And then a treasure token. With set boosters, you're meant to get more rares and mythics, but it seems like you just get more rares, and a lot of the time they're not necessarily the rares that you want. But I've heard reports that it's like 4 to 5 mythics for a set booster box, but, I mean, I'd say I'm like... I mean, how many have I got now? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4... I've got 9 packs left, and I've gotten 1 mythic so far. So, maybe it's completely off. Who knows? Hopefully there's some mythics in these packs, but just got to wait and find out, really, haven't you? Let's hope and pray that we get one of these ancient dragons. That'd be nice. Oh, that looks sick! So we already have this art card, but we've got the gold signed version. The Apterus. Oh, and it's got the D&D stats on the back as well. Death Tyrant. Challenge 14. That looks so cool. That, like, I think that's the easiest way to put it, is that writing looks metal as fuck. That's the best way to put it, I think. That's nice. Right, we've got our mountain. Yeah, it looks really good, doesn't it? It's OG, the Exquisite Blade. Predatory Impetus. Grey Salad. Javelin of Lightning. And it's about attach your target reaching controls as long as your turn. It has +2/+0 and first strike. Interesting. Lightning Bolt! Lightning Bolt is a good card. Always is. Guiding Bolt! Mahadi Emporium Master Bolt! No, that's not right. Split the Spoils. Bag of Holding. That's downshifted to uncommon now. Shadowheart Dark Justicar. Human Elf Cleric. Okay. Tavern Brawler. It's the Kingpin, Risa Rail. Undermountain Adventurer. In that pile. Oily Swamp. And then, the list card is a Cruel Celebrant. That's kind of a go-to in any kind of Ortsov/vampire deck that sacrifices creatures or, you know. Ophelia has a Ortsov vampire deck that has, this is one of the main parts of it, other than, like, you know, like Blood Artist and things like that. So, getting one of those is always good to have, I'd say. Even though it's not really worth anything, it's still a nice card to have. I'm just going to have a sip of my water. My pure water. Right. Let's get this opened up. Yep. Now, again, that is very nice artwork, and that would look great as a tattoo. Like, all of those, like, dragon sketches just would look amazing, wouldn't they? Like, as a mural or a tattoo or something like that. That's gorgeous. That's the ancient bronze dragon. So that's the one that I have a copy of, I believe. Or is that the copper dragon I'm thinking of? No, it's the green one. Never mind. Put that back. Either way, that's really nice artwork. Oily Blue Island. We've got Sivris. Another Moss Diamond. So we've nearly got all of the diamonds there. That's kind of interesting that the artwork kind of like goes off the sides on that card, actually. That's kind of interesting. I like that. Nimbleclaw Adept. Oh yeah, pushing the button up at the top. We've got the Ambitious Dragonborn. Dragonborn Looter. Stone Speaker Crystal. That actually I'm going to put to the side, along with Mind Stone. These are all like Commander staples. These artifacts that you can use in anything. Treasure Keeper, Wikipedia, Mystic Trickster, Dungeon Delver. Mana creatures you own have room abilities, because I know there was some decks that uses those dungeons abilities, and they were really important. Inspiring Leader. Barroom Brawl instead of a Ballroom Blitz. You look upon the Tarrasque. Run away! Yeah, run and hide. And then a little mini game that you can play with the set boosters. So, like, overall, it looks like this booster box doesn't have a ton of value in it, but I'm not really that fussed about it, to be honest. I'm just happy to open it. It seems like it's just such a cool set. Like, it's a cool crossover to do. At least it tied me over until Double Masters 2022 empties my bank account, you know. Pilk Crew Raid? Yes, there was a Pilk Crew Raid. Fun fact, I've never actually tried Pilk, but I would be willing to try it for a big donation. Someone, well, I don't, the thing is, I wouldn't be able to do it now, obviously, if someone donated, because I don't have Pepsi. Or milk, actually. Yeah, I understand, yeah, part of the raid. Better late than never. But I appreciate it. Thanks very much, Deathy. I would be willing to try Pilk, because I know I think Dandy tried Pilk, didn't she? The previous commander set had Jeweled Lotus and the free cast commander.
Like a
They got pushback. Yeah, I agree, Peacecraft. Like, Jeweled Lotus was crazy powerful. And when I opened the box of Collector Commander Legends, I got a full art foil Vampiric Tutor out of it, which is, you know, kind of crazy. It's a crazy good... I'll give you a Tesco meal deal when we meet up. Oh, that's very kind of you. Cheers, Spad. Thank you very much for the follow, Deathy123. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Welcome into the knackered fridges. I'll see if I can waste points. I'm gonna do it. That's fair enough. 21 is literally just 21. Like, it doesn't have any use. I have a full art Lotus, and I'm generally fine with high power items in Commander. It's perfect form of old school magic power. Yeah, agreed. A one-shot Lotus is fine. I think so too. Like, just to get a commander out quickly.
Reverbfart.mp3.
As you can see, Deathy, it does exactly what it says on the tin. It is a reverbfart.mp3, spoken by a computer. Thank you very much for using your points. I appreciate it. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I would be more than willing to try Pilk live on stream. Probably for like a donor or some subs or something like that. But I'd have to actually get the things in and plan it out. That's a nice island, actually. The artwork on that's really good. Like, moody. Right, okay, so into the main cuts. We got the Saravok, Lurking Green Dragon. Arakokra? Arakokra Sneak? I think that's how you pronounce it. Hang on, what's happened to my music? Is there no music? What? Hello? Is there just nothing? There we go, that's weird. It was literally playing with nothing coming out of it. Prized statue. I think that's like a reference to like some D&D stuff, isn't it? Shadow Archdruid, that would go into an elf deck. And Ophelia has an elf deck, actually, that's Golgari, so I'm going to put that to the side. Because she'll probably want to chuck that in. It's nothing, mate. It's absolutely nothing. When it dies, roll a d20. That's not bad, not gonna lie. Gloomstalker. Okay, so we've got a mythic now. Fury of Avernus. Whenever you attack, if it's the first combat phase of the turn, on top all attacking creatures, and then they gain first strike until the turn, and then you get another combat phase, yeah. Okay, that's an interesting one. I'm gonna put that to the side. Sign of Hallister. Commander Liara Portire. It's Volo! Itinerant Scholar. Yeah, extra combat is another build. Yeah, I was tempted to make a Boros deck with just like as many extra combat step things inside, because I have a Morog from the new Zendikar set, so you can, like, you know, get all those extra steps and just keep on dealing combat damage until you win. And then get that, what's that, is it a red card or a Boros card that's like, you gain an extra combat step, or you gain an extra turn, and everything untaps. And then if you don't win after that, you lose. Which is kind of an interesting one. But I'm going to look up Volo, actually, because I think there was some sort of, like, noise about this card. Bear me a minute while I check. Volo. But with that artwork, probably worth absolutely nothing, to be honest. But I know the previous Volo was pretty decent, and I can't even find it, so it's probably not worth anything. Nope, doesn't look like it's worth anything, but never mind. Because I remember Volo was a good commander, and it was in Simic colours, I believe. Lysel's Acrobatics. Exile all non-token creatures controlled and roll d20. Return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of the episode. Return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control, then exile them again. Return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's... That's gross, and I want to put that into my Selesnya deck. Because I want to, like, start bouncing stuff and creating more creatures and stuff like that. That sounds really fun. Wizards of Thay. Myriad. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. You may cast sorcery spells as though they had flash. Hello. That's gross. Warehouse Thief. Right, come on. Gotta get something good. If I don't get anything good, I'm just gonna put all of my my anger and rage and everything like that onto my opponents in Overwatch when I jump on with some people. That's nice artwork. Nice swamp. Cloak of the Bat, Sky Diamond. Hoarding Augury. You've been caught stealing. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Pay the quarter fine or serve your sentence. Then pay with your blood. Org of Smothering. Campfire. Sigil of Michael. Michael. It's Michael's Sigil. Master Chef. Chaos Crafter. That's that dude again. Nero Wild Mage. Ooh, and the foil is a foil rare, which is Wile's Reversal. Now that is a nice looking foil. That's kind of cool. That's an interesting one. Then that soldier token again. Let's get this opened up. Oh, so that's the witch artwork. That is gorgeous artwork, though. Look at that. There's so much more to the artwork that you don't see on the card. Is that the... Hang on. I missed something? No. And the pile. Mountain. Legend of Marvels. As an interim bandit, you're confronted by robbers.
Give me your gold, or I'll cut you in twain.
Oceanus Dragon. Universal Solvent. Modify Memory. Iron Mastiff. Ow, ow. Ow, ow. Patriarch's Seal. That's an interesting one, actually. I'm going to keep a hold of that. Diner Air. Again, another rare. Cultist of the Absolute. That's the etched version of one of the cards I got from my pre-release pack. Gorion Wise Mentor. Hey, there we go. Ancient Silver Dragon. Okay, so that's drawing cards and then having no maximum hand size. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that into a sleeve. I have some here. Not a bad pull at all. That's sleeved up. And that Ancient Silver Dragon is currently going for $13, so not bad. Not bad at all. We've got Milrim, Sentinel Wyam. Always good. And then a Cliff Gate. We've got a couple of the gate cards in foil there. Okay. And then our list card is Profaner of the Dead. Damn, that's an interesting one. Right, so down to our last, is it 4 packs? Yeah, last 4 packs. So we've got at least one of the good hits, which is nice. Let's keep going. Side. Don't need that. Oh, hello. That's nice devilish artwork. That is Raphael Fiendish Saviour. Yeah, lovely. That line art is gorgeous. That's so nice and detailed. Nice island. Taunting Kobold. Heartbreeze Busybody. In that photo you can just hear, oh! Sea Gate. Again, another gate. Swordcoast Serpent. Dread Linorm. Another gate card. Basilisk Gate. Cloakwood Hermit. Saddle of the Cavalier. Owlbear Shepherd. That's the one that I got as my pre-release promo foil card. Is Glunch the Bestower. It's politics, all on one of these Selesnya cards. Someone gets to put counters on a creature they control, then the other person draws a card, and then another person creates 2 treasure tokens. And give favours out. Criminal Past. Shattered One. Elf Wizard. Sculpted Sunburst. That's a board wipe of exiling things, but each person holds onto one thing. That's quite good, actually. I'm going to hold onto that. Oh, it's a reprint. That's the reprint from Throne of Eldraine, Run Away Together. But that artwork is even better. I like that. Demon. Oh, he's the right demon, isn't he? Right, so, down to the last 3 packs. So we got at least one of the cards, which is good. From this box, anyway. Again, another one of these dragon arts. That's beautiful. That is the ancient brass dragon. Man, having all 5 of the dragons would be so nice, just to put on some like a wall somewhere, mounted up in a frame. Mountain. Goggles of Batman. Candlekeep Researcher. Great Sword of Tyre. Oh, that... Oh, goodness, I just saw what that list card was. Okay, that's something good in this pack. Stunning Strike. Blur. Ghost Lantern. Skullwinder. Shadow Archdruid. 9 Fingers Keen. Menace. Ward pay 9 life. That's crazy. When you deal combat damage to a player with this, look at the top 9 cards of your library. You may put a gate card. Then if you control 9 or more gates, put the rest into your hand. Oh my god, I want to make a commander deck with that. That looks so good. Street Urchin. Alcyn. Majestic Genesis. Here's the 3rd mythic. Reveal the top... That's 8 mana. Reveal the top X cards of your library. X is the greatest mana value of a command you own on the battlefield. The command zone. You may put any number of permanent cards from among them onto the battlefield. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Ayo, there's Baldur's Gate. It's the gate, lads. It's the gate. So, this is the foil card, which is the Astral Hunter. And then our list card, Soren Markov. Oh, baby. Hello. How much are you going for? Soren Markov is currently going for $6, so not a huge amount, but it's not a hugely expensive card, don't get me wrong, but that is more likely than not going to go straight into Ophelia's vampire deck, because she thinks Soren is an absolute, like, Chad, because she likes, like, long hair, vampire type stuff. So, I'm going to sleeve that up, because that's the sort of card that she would want definitely straight away, straight into a deck. But that's a good list card pull. I like that. And the rest of these can go into that pile. To be honest, I should probably put that in the list pile. There we go. Okay, last 2 packs. Yeah, it wasn't too bad a pull, was it, crazy dude? So let's get this one open. Again, another Ancient Dragon, I'm guessing. Ancient Silver Dragon, that's the artwork, but it's got the D&D stuff on the back, which is good. Swamp. Stone Speaker Crystal. Got Sky Diamond. Minimus Containment. Standard looking Moss Diamond. A Fire Diamond. Got absolutely nothing here. Haha. Gloomstalker. Sharpshooter Elf. Giant Ankerg. Gristlemole. Candlekeep Sage. A Far Traveller. Caves of Chaos Adventurer. Take the initiative. And the Invoker. So that was a very meh pack. Like a so rare. But whatever, you know. Some decent stuff out of this box. Last pack. Wish it luck. Because it needs it, that's for certain. But overall, I like this set. It's got some really cool cards in it. Not necessarily the most powerful, and that's fair. You know, not every set can have like the most powerful cards in existence. But it's nice when you get a powerful card, you know? Help make a deck better. You're right there, lad. What are you? That's the Deathbringer. Okay. Boily Plains. Look at the face on that boyo. I love it. Charcoal Diamond. Sky Diamond. Marble Diamond. Ah, broke the chain. Damn. Nimble Rate Schematic. Michael's Edict. Michael, what you doing? Another two-handed axe. Dungeoneer's Pack. Noble's Purse. Alando the Seer. That'll make a very interesting commander, I know that for certain. Acolyte of Barmut. Criminal Pass. Ah, that's an interesting one. Blade of Selves. That's going to go straight into my equipment deck. Equipped creature has Myriad. Attach that to something with double strike or like crazy stats. And then we've got the fourth one we've picked, maybe the fifth one we've pulled. Amber Grislamal in foil. So, and that's kind of a cool construct token actually. I like that. So overall, not the craziest box. We did get the Silver Dragon, which is nice. We've got three or four mythics? These are the cards that I'm sort of putting to the side because I am interested in what they do. And obviously like the Silver Dragon. Some interesting cards here, some powerful stuff. Some, there's the Witch Queen. Some staples for Commander. Arcane Signet included. I'm going to put the Soldier token back there. Luxury Suites. We only got one land. We only got one of the dual cycle lands, which is kind of like... It's a little bit weird, you know? Only pulled one of those lands. Flaming Fist. The Refined Grizzly. Swiftfoot Boots, obviously. Horn of Valhalla. Another Swiftfoot Boots. Look at the Bat. Burnished Heart is always good. And Decanter of Endless Water. So these are the sort of like cards I was interested in. Otherwise, all the rares and other mythics we pulled are these ones here. I think it was 4 mythics altogether. About standard for a box. Weren't necessarily the best ones, but we did get the Ancient Dragon. We got the Elder Brain. Boros stuff. Basilisk Collar, always good. So overall, not the worst box. Like, got some decent value out of it, you know. Some of the list cards were interesting as well, like the Soren Markov. But yeah, thank you very much for hanging out. I'm going to call it there because I've got some stuff to do now. I've got to tidy up the house. Got to play some Overwatch. But thank you again so much to Dandy Floss for raiding into me. It's the second time she's done it. She's a mad lass. But thank you so much for doing it. I really appreciate it. I always like to open cards on stream. I'm going to try and get another box in a couple of months or so. Open up a nice pack, a nice box of, say, like Double Masters 2022. Something along those lines. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if there's anyone we can raid into. Because, well, there's a few of us here. I mean, there's like 20 of us here. So, I mean, why not, you know? Let's see who's streaming right now. Let's have a look. Oh, Wineria's streaming. Why don't we raid into Wineria? What's she up to at the moment? Got a Pride outfit on, that's nice. Summer Games Fest. Oh, she's watching a reveal. Is that what she's watching? Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. I don't want to interrupt that if they're in the middle of watching some things being revealed. I don't want to get in the way of that. What we'll do is we'll raid into... I want to try and raid into someone who's not got a lot of people on them at the moment. Demi Mirai. You don't have a lot of people watching you, so why don't we... Oh, they're playing Cooking Simulator, and they're playing the Pizza expansion. Remember, Ophelia was playing that for a while. Let's raid into them. So, again, thank you very much, everyone, for hanging out. I really appreciate it. We'll raid into Demi Mirai. Let's do a raid message. If you can. No worries if you're not about. Let's do a really simple raid message. Just, you know, something that anyone can post. And I'm still waiting for my blooming follower emotes to get unlocked. I need to do more streams, and eventually I can do that. We'll do that as the raid message. But yeah, I appreciate you hanging out. Thanks for watching me open my cards, and I'm not going to say I lost all the value in them, but, you know, some decent pulls. So, hopefully the next box does better. The best box I've ever opened on stream was on Ophelia's channel, and it was this box of Modern Horizons 2. Because other than the really good cards in that set that we got otherwise, we got the... well, I'll show you. We got a etched foil Force of Negation, but we also got the centerpiece here, which is my foil Urza Lord High Artificer. And I don't know whether I ever want to sell that because it's such a good card. But either way, thank you for hanging out. Let's raid into Debbie Marai now. Take care and stay safe, alright? Have a good one.